Hello everyone. The topic in this video is epoxy resins, non-shrink route and shortcut. So what is epoxy resin? Epoxy resin are chemical mixtures containing the epoxy resin and hardener. It's also called as an agent. So epoxy resin can be used for patchwork, used as a M-seal for filling cracks. So we'll study what is epoxy resin and their application in coming slides. So after epoxy resin, next one is non-shrink routing. So non-shrink groots are hydraulic cement groot. When it is hardened under test conditions, it will not shrink. So this can be used grooting of anchor bolts, grooting holes in concrete, etc. So next, after non-shrink grout, a shortcrete. Shortcut is called gunite because a concrete is applied by spraying. So it can be defined as a mixture of cement aggregate and water sprayed through a nozzle. And due to its high velocity, it produces a compact, dense, and homogeneous mass. And shortcrete can be shortcrete can be used for repair works, encasing steel structures, etc. So in coming slides, we'll study what is epoxy resins and their applications, and what is non-shrink route, and what is shortcrete and their applications, that is uses in details. Epoxy resins have excellent adhesion and bonding properties but cannot withstand expansion and contraction. They are resistant to chemicals but have limited resistance when exposed to sunlight. So, epoxy resins systems are chemical mixtures containing epoxy resin and the hardener, also called as curing agent. So when it is mixed, the resin and hardener engage into chemical reaction that will create cross-linking of the elements when it cures. When the epoxy coating is fully cured, the product will be durable and it will be rigid plastic coating with desirable mechanical properties. So it also contains other chemicals such as solvents, pigments and fillers. The common epoxy resin are glycidyl ethers of alcohols. Liquid epoxy resin is diglycidyl ether of bisphenol A, and it will accounts for more than 75% of the epoxy resin used in the industrial applications. So, the low viscosity resin can be injected into small cracks, whereas the high viscosity materials are used as a binding agent for filling larger holes and cracks. So, some of the applications where the epoxy resins are used, they are used. They are used to bond plastic concrete to hardened concrete. So to bond plastic concrete to hardened concrete, to bond rigid materials to another, it is also used for a patchwork, also used for painting or concrete, for coloring, resistance to chemicals and waters, and it will also provide abrasion resistance, gives toughness, provides a durability such as steel structures and bridges. So commonly used as M-seal for filling cracks between door and walls, or joining ceramic vase. Next, epoxy groots, mortars and coatings are used for repairs, and also used for corrosion resistance in RC works. Okay, I repeat, it is a chemical mixture containing epoxy resin and the hardener. When it is mixed, the resin and hardener engage into the chemical reaction, so that will creates the uh, cross-linking of the elements. So when it is fully cured, the resulting product will be durable, rigid plastic uh, with the desirable mechanical properties. So these are the applications where epoxy resin used for patchwork, for painting over concrete, for coloring. It is used as M-seal for filling. Just now I told in the previous slide. Epoxy coated steel bars for corrosion resistance in RC work, to fill cracks, to bond tiles, used as plumbing sealant, etc. So next we have a non-shrink grout. So non-shrinkage grouting materials is made up of high strength material as aggregate and the cement as the base material, supplemented by high fluidity, micro expansion, anti-segregation, and other substances are formulated without iron and chlorine salt. So this slurry can be self-flowing, and the grouting material can be automatically infuse narrow gaps under shock-free conditions, adapting to pouring and grouting such as complex structures, dense reinforcement, and narrow spaces. So it is a hydraulic cement grout. When hardened under the stipulated conditions, it will not shrink, so its final volume will be greater than or will be equal than the original installed volume. So it is often used as a transfer medium from load bearing members, often sets rapidly. It is a pre-mixed product that needs only to be mixed with water, which includes ingredients against cement stone shrinkage. Some of the composition of grouting material mainly includes the following components. Uh, that is cementing material, early strength components, water reducing components, and thickening and water retention components, and aggregates, and finally last, intumescent components. So for first composition, that is cementing material, first is cementing material, cement, that is Portland cement, aluminum cement, sulfur-aluminate cement, etc. Fly ash, ore powder, microsilicate, etc. or comes under this cementing material. So next, early strength components. For this, strength agents such as sodium sulfate, lithium chloride, and lithium carbonates are used. Next, for water reducing components, naphthalene water reducer, melamine water reducer, polycarbooxylic water reducer, and other super plasticizers are used. For thickening and water retention components, low viscosity cellulose ether, redispersible latex powder, etc. are used. And next, for aggregates, I'm talking about the composition of grouting materials. Okay, that is cementing materials, early strength components, water reducing components, water retention components. And next, fifth one is aggregate. River sand, mountain sand, machine sand can be used. And last, for intumescent components, gypsum, calcium sulfoaminate, calcium oxide, calcium sulfoaluminate, calcium oxide. So these are the components are used for the composition of grouting material. So non-shrink grout is a high strength, is a structural grout that can be used in many applications, such as grouting under base plates, columns, and equipment not subjected to heavy impact or vibratory loads. Grout jacking for concrete slabs, grouting for anchor bolts, underpinning of structures, grouting holes or cracks in concrete, void backfilling in tunnels, grouting of ducts and fine fissures, grouting of post-tension structural sections, patching holes in masonry surfaces. So any application that requires high early compressive strength and long-term durability. So non-string grout as a high strength and structural grout. These are the structural grouts that can be used in many grouting applications. Okay. So next, coming to shotcrete. What is shotcrete? It is also called gunite. That is because a concrete applied by spraying. Therefore, it is called as gunite. So shotcrete can be defined as a mixture of cement, aggregates, and water sprayed through a nozzle with a high velocity to produce compact, dense, and homogeneous mass. So concrete, I repeat, so shotcrete can be defined as a mixture of cement, aggregates, and water sprayed through a nozzle with a high velocity to produce compact, dense, and homogeneous mass. So fiber reinforcement silica fume can also be added to shotcrete concrete to improve mixture characteristics. So it will improve mixture characteristics. The wet mixture is sprayed in place and may be curved or traveled almost and then for the structural users, shotcrete is applied over the framework for reinforcing bars and steel mesh. I will explain the applications where the shotcrete is used in detail. So shotcrete also allows to obtain good compaction without the concrete vibration and reduces the amount and time of formwork installation and removal. It is also been used in mining and tunneling for the temporary constructions to ensure the workers safely. Properly applied shortcuts has been proved and durable construction material characterized by high strength, low absorption, good resistance to weathering, and resistance to some forms of chemical attack. So it is also used in the rehabilitations and repairs. Short case gives advantages in situations when farm work is cost prohibitive, where farms can be reduced or completely eliminated. Also, access to the work area when the work area is difficult, and moreover the excellent bonding of short case to surface of other damaged materials such as aging concrete, masonry surface, wood, steel structures is another useful property to perform effective and durable remedial work. So here shotcrete can be applied by two applications such as first is a dry mix shotcrete, next is wet mix shotcrete. So in dry mix shotcrete, the cementitious material and the aggregates are mixed in dry conditions and delivered to a pneumatic gun. The pneumatically operated gun will ensure a continuous flow of the mix from the nozzle. The interior of the nozzle is fitted with a water ring which injects water to mix uniformly. So I am talking of the dry mix. So cementitious materials aggregates are mixed in dry conditions and it is delivered to the gun. The operated gun will ensure a continuous flow of the mix from the nozzle. Here the interior of the nozzle is fitted with water which injects water to mix uniformly. So in wet mix concrete shotcrete, the cementitious material aggregate and water mixed thoroughly as we do in the conventional concrete. Then the mixture fed to deliver equipment such as concrete pump. Then the mixture will be pumped through a nozzle. The additional air is added to the nozzle to increase the nozzle discharge velocity. So that is the difference between a dry mix shotcrete and wet mix shotcrete. So applications of these shotcretes, it's used for repair works, can be used to repair the damaged surfaces of concrete, steel, and even wood structures. Can be used for rehabilitation of bridge deck, and it is uneconomical to use shortcuts for full depth repair. It will be useful to use shortcuts for repairing beams with variable depth, columns and abutments. Can also be used for repairing fire and earthquake damaged buildings. Also can be used to strengthen and repair deteriorated concrete surfaces. And also sometimes it is used in tunneling to bind the walls of tunnel to prevent leaks and fragmentation. Next applications, encasing steel structures. What is it actually? Can be used to encase steel structure for fireproofing. And next, underground excavation. So here Shotcrete concrete application in underground excavation ranges from supplementing or replacing support materials such as lagging, sealing rock surface, channeling water flow, and permanent lining. So it is used in slope and surface protection, that is temporarily protect rocks that will deteriorate when exposed to air. It is often used to cover slopes. Proper drainage should be provided for protected slopes to prevent the uplifting pressure from damaging the shotcrete concrete, and can also be used for new structures used to construct concrete swimming pools, also floors, overhead walls, slabs, columns, and other structural members, etc. Also used for variety of fancy concrete structures, including artificial rock walls, canopy roofs, refractory linings, canal lining, dams, etc. etc. So, uh, we discussed the applications of epoxy resins, and what exactly the epoxy resin is, application of non-shrink grout, and what exactly the non-shrink grout is, and shotcrete and their applications. Thank you.